Hello, we're excited to show you our native speech capabilities.
where you can direct a voice, create realistic dialogue, and so much more. Edit these placeholders to get started.
Hey there, I'm Adam Language Rebels. Welcome to American Accent Pro. Today, we're going full FBI investigation mode on the shadowy underbelly of real American English. The unspoken rules, the pronunciation secrets, and the cultural landmines that most learners only discover after years of frustration.
We're about to blow up everything your textbooks taught you. Think you know American English? Think again. By the time we're done today, you'll have the keys to the linguistic kingdom. I'm Sarah.
That's right. We're talking street-level English today, the kind that'll have Americans asking where you're from because your accent is so natural. Where should we start this linguistic revolution?
Today, our mission is to infiltrate the world of modern American slang. These are words and phrases that are constantly evolving, and they can be incredibly confusing because their meanings are rarely literal. But mastering them is essential for truly understanding and participating in everyday American conversations.
Absolutely. Slang is the pulse of a living language. It reflects current trends, social dynamics, and often a sense of humor. We've handpicked 3 essential slang terms that are widely used across the U.S. right now. We'll define them, give you real-world examples, and touch on the cultural context behind them.
So, let's begin our slang boot camp with a term that has become incredibly common in the digital age: ghosted.
Ghosted? Sarah, this sounds a bit spooky, like being haunted by a ghost. Is that what we're talking about?
Cuckles. Not quite, Andam, though the feeling can certainly be unsettling. To be ghosted means to have someone abruptly end all communication with you, without explanation, especially after a period of regular interaction. It's like they vanished into thin air, like a ghost.
So it's about a sudden, unexplained disappearance from communication? This is particularly prevalent in dating, isn't it?
Yes, that's where it originated and is most commonly used. Imagine you've been on a few dates with someone, you're texting regularly, and then suddenly, they stop responding to all your messages and calls. They've ghosted you. It's a frustrating and often hurtful experience because you're left without closure or understanding.
It's a very passive-aggressive way to end a relationship or interaction. It avoids confrontation entirely. Let's hear some examples beyond dating.
You got it. It can happen in professional contexts too. For instance, I had a great job interview last week and they said they'd call me back, but they totally ghosted me. I haven't heard anything since. This means the company stopped communicating without giving a reason.
Or in a friendship scenario, my old college friend and I used to talk every day, but then he just ghosted me after we had a small disagreement. I don't know why. Here, it implies a sudden and unexplained cessation of contact.
It's important to note that ghosting implies a deliberate act of cutting off communication, not just being busy or forgetting to reply. It's a conscious decision to disappear.
So if someone suddenly stops replying to your texts, calls, or emails, especially after a period of consistent interaction, you can say you've been ghosted. It's a very modern term that reflects our digital communication habits.
That's ghosted, to abruptly end all communication without explanation.
All right, let's move on to our second slang term, which you'll hear a lot, especially when people are expressing annoyance or bitterness. Salty.
Salty. Does this mean something tastes like salt, or perhaps someone is crying a lot of salty tears?
Well, tears are salty, and food can be, but salty in this slang context has nothing to do with taste or crying. To be salty means to be bitter, angry, or annoyed, often over something relatively minor or trivial. It implies a petty or disproportionate level of anger or resentment.
Exactly. It's a very informal way to describe someone who's holding a grudge or is upset about something that, to an outsider, might not seem like a big deal. You'll hear it a lot in competitive situations like sports or games.
For example, why is he so salty about losing that video game? It was just a friendly match. Here, it means he's overly angry or bitter about a small defeat.
Or
If someone is complaining excessively about something minor, she's still salty about not getting the last slice of pizza. It's been an hour. This implies she's holding on to a petty annoyance.
It can also be used to describe a general mood. He's been really salty all morning ever since his team lost the championship last night. This means he's in a bad mood, irritable, and resentful.
The key here is the overly or disproportionately angry aspect. If someone is genuinely furious about a major injustice, salty might not be the right word. It's for those moments of petty annoyance or lingering bitterness.
So if you see someone sulking or complaining about something that seems insignificant, you can describe them as salty. It's a quick, informal way to capture that specific emotion.
That's salty. Bitter, angry, or annoyed, often over something minor.
All right, and now for our third and final slang term for this episode, throw shade.
Throw shade. This sounds like something you do with a hat or an umbrella, Sarah. Or maybe literally casting a shadow?
Again, the literal meaning won't help you much here, Adam. To throw shade means to subtly insult someone or to express contempt or disrespect in an indirect, often clever or passive-aggressive way. It's not a direct, in-your-face insult, but a clever jab.
Ah, so it's about being critical or dismissive without being overtly rude. It requires a bit of nuance to deliver and to understand.
Precisely. It's a term that gained popularity in LGBTQ ballroom culture and has since gone mainstream. It's about delivering a subtle dig, often with a sarcastic tone or a pointed comment that isn't immediately obvious as an insult to everyone. For example, "Did you hear how she threw shade at his outfit during the presentation? She said, 'That's certainly a bold choice for a business meeting.'" The bold choice implies it might not be appropriate, but it's not a direct, "Your outfit is terrible."
Another example, he didn't say anything directly, but he definitely threw shade at my cooking when he asked if I had followed the recipe exactly. This implies a subtle criticism of the food.
Or in the social media context, that celebrity just threw shade at her rival in her latest Instagram post without even mentioning her name. This means she made a subtle, indirect jab.
The art of throwing shade lies in its subtlety. It's about implying criticism or disrespect without explicitly stating it, often leaving the recipient to wonder if they were actually insulted. It requires a good understanding of context and tone.
So if you notice someone making a clever, indirect, and slightly negative comment about another person, they might be throwing shade. It's a way to express disapproval or rivalry without a direct confrontation.
That's throw shade, to subtly insult someone or express contempt indirectly.
And that brings us to the end of another insightful episode of American Accent Pro. Today, we've decoded ghosted for unexplained communication cutoffs, salty for petty anger, and throw shade for subtle insults.
We hope these detailed explanations and examples have helped you understand these common American English slang terms. The more you listen for them in movies, TV shows, and conversations, and the more you try to use them yourself, the more natural and confident you'll become.
Now, we'd love to hear from you. Our question for today is, have you ever been ghosted or felt salty about something? Or can you think of a situation where someone threw shade in a clever way? Share your stories and examples.
Share your answers and experiences in the comment section wherever you're listening to this podcast. Your engagement helps us build a fantastic learning community here at American Accent Pro. We love hearing how you're applying what you learn.
And if you found this episode helpful, please remember to subscribe or follow American Accent Pro on your favorite podcast platform or YouTube channel. We release new episodes regularly, packed with practical tips and insights to boost your American English skills.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Keep practicing, keep learning, and we'll catch you next time on American Accent Pro.